Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Deborah. Deborah is a Hebrew name from Dvora meaning bee. The name shows up twice in the Bible and is borne by two different women. In Genesis, Deborah is the nurse who accompanies Rebekah on her journey to marry Isaac. She later died under an oak tree which Jacob called Al-Ambakuth or weeping oak. More prominent, however, is the Deborah from Judges 4-5. Not only was she considered a major judge, along with Ehud, Gideon, Jephthah, and Samson, but she was also a prophetess and military warrior who led the Israelites to victory over the Canaanites. She called upon Barak in the name of God to amass 10,000 troops and go to battle with Sisera, the military commander of the Canaanite army. Barak says he will go, but only if Deborah goes, too. How can you blame him? After all, she's the queen bee, right? Leave it to a woman to do a man's job, and that's precisely how it all goes down. In fact, Deborah even prophesies to Barak that the delivery of Israel this time will come from the hand of a woman, that woman is Jael. After the Israeli army defeats the Canaanites, their commander Sisera flees and finds refuge in the tent of a woman named Jael. Or so he thinks. While he is at rest, Jael drives a tent peg into his temple, crushing his skull and killing him. Judges 5 is known as the Song of Deborah and poetically recounts the event, all the while praising the woman known as Jael. This time it's a woman unabashedly subjugating a man, and so the biblical story of Deborah is a favorite among feminists. Of course, Deborah has also been a favorite name among Jews. The Puritans liked the story, too, and adopted the name as a symbol of industriousness. Personality of the girl named Deborah. The number 8 personality has everything to do with power, wealth, and abundance. Somehow, this personality has been blessed on the material plane, but their authoritative and problem-solving traits provide evidence that their good fortunes are not just the luck of the lottery. They are well-earned. This is the personality of CEOs and high-ranking military personnel. 8s are intensely active, hard-driving individuals. Success is only meaningful to them after a job well done. They are remarkable in their ability to see the larger picture right down to the smallest details and organize a strategy around success. They then have the ability to direct a group around them toward any goal and realize individual potential to get the most out of their team. Popularity of the girl named Deborah. The Puritans are responsible for bringing the name to America during the time of colonization, although Deborah has long been a favorite among Jewish people. By the late 1800s and at the turn of the 20th century, Deborah was a name used only very lightly. In fact, during the 19-teens and 20s, it appeared as if she even might fall off the naming charts altogether. By the 1930s, however, Deborah was showing upwards momentum on the charts. In 1947, the name became a top 100 choice for girls in America. Not content to stop there, Deborah kept soaring to the top of the charts. In 1955, Deborah was the second most popular girl's name in the United States. At the same time, the more modern Deborah came in 4th place. Over 100,000 baby girls were given this name in total, making her one of the most successful names ever, even if her glory days were brief. Yes, Deborah was at the height of fashion in the 1950s and 60s, but by the 1970s, her course was showing clear reversal in popularity. By the time we reached the 1990s, Deborah was in a total freefall down the charts, and today the name is barely bestowed upon 350 baby girls. Imagine that. There are a lot of 50 and 60-year-olds running around the United States with this name, but you won't find it very common in the kindergarten classrooms of today. Like Barbara, Patricia, or Linda, Deborah just screams the 1950s. Deborah or Dvora are nice alternatives to consider, neither show up on the naming charts anymore, so they're safely underused. Nicknames and diminutives are Debbie, 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 and Deb. Although this name is widely held as outdated and middle-aged, we love the strong woman association from the Bible. Apropos, Deborah is number 8 in numerology, the tough and powerful number. Would you consider this name for your little queen bee? Quick facts on Deborah. Gender, girl. Origin, Hebrew. Number of syllables, 3. Ranking popularity, 814. Pronunciation, Debr or Debr. Simple meaning, bee. Characteristics of Deborah. Problem solver, authoritative, tough, powerful, tenacious, wealthy, achiever. Cultural references to the baby name, Deborah. Literary characters of the baby name Deborah. Deborah Owens is the deceased mother of the narrator Lily Owens in Sue Monk Kidd's 2002 acclaimed historical novel, The Secret Life of Bees. Lily is a 14-year-old white girl in 1964, searching for her identity through her dead mother's past. Tormented by her abusive father, the family's black maid, Rosaline, acts as a surrogate mother to Lily. The novel is set in the South during a time of civil unrest, and when Rosaline goes to vote, she is attacked and jailed. Lily frees her beloved nanny and the two escape their miseries in search for a new life. They are eventually taken in by 3 vibrant black sisters who also happen to be beekeepers in Tiburon, South Carolina. It is there through the healing power of women, along with the symbol of the Black Madonna and the spirit of her mother Deborah, amidst the gentle hum of the bees that Lily comes of age. It's by no accident, we're sure, that the author chose Deborah, which means bee, for the name of Lily's mother. Popular songs on Deborah. A song by Dave Edmunds, Deborah. Famous people named Deborah. Deborah Norville, TV news personality, Debbie Reynolds, actress/entertainer, Deborah Winger, actress, Deborah Kerr, actress, Deborah Messing, actress, Debbie Armstrong, Olympian, Debbie Gibson, singer, Deborah Voigt, opera singer, Deborah Debbie Harry, musician. Historic figures with the name Deborah. Deborah Sampson goes down in the books of American history, and in quite a remarkable way. Born in Massachusetts in the middle of the 18th century, Deborah was the eldest of 6 children born to a poor family. When her father died in an apparent drowning, her mother and siblings were forced into indentured servitude. At the age of 18, Deborah was released from her duties and became a school teacher, refusing the suggestion that she marry. Being a wife and mother was pretty much all a woman could hope for back then, but Deborah wanted more out of life. In 1782, the Revolutionary War was still raging, and at the age of 21, Sampson enlisted in the army. Since women were not allowed to enlist, she saw no other choice but to disguise herself as a man, Euro-Arabert Shirtle for Euro. She fought in battle on behalf of the Continental Army for nearly a year and a half, all the while keeping her identity a secret from her fellow soldiers. Her true gender was discovered by a doctor after she was wounded in battle and developed a fever. He saw her banded breasts under her clothes. Still, Deborah was honorably discharged at West Point and is considered a true hero today. Just like Deborah from the Bible, this Deborah was not afraid of war,